you ever had to worry about getting clean water to bathe in the morning or brush your teeth? Probably not. In this speech, I'll inform you about the water crisis in Haiti and persuade you to make it a priority to help fix the problem. Less than half of Haitians in rural areas have access to water, and 24% of all Haitians have access to a toilet, says the World Bank in 5 things you need to know about water in Haiti. Here is a pie chart about the number of Haitians that have access to potable water, which is just safe drinking water, and this is a little more updated. So 67% have access to it and 33% don't. And then this is a chart showing the percent of Haitians that are undernourished, have acute malnutrition, different facts about all the problems in Haiti. And then only 30% of Haitians are using improved sanitation and 54% are using improved water sources. According to the World Bank, international organizations fund 61% of the National Direction for Water and Sanitation's operating costs. So this is a picture of a child in Haiti holding 2 bottles of water. This bottle on the right is before the well in his village, and then the water on the left is after the well, and you can just tell the difference about how clean it got. And then the picture on the left is similar to like a stream, which is where they would get their water, but since they don't have a dump or anywhere to put their trash, they just throw it in this little pit, and that is why they don't have clean water. Some problems and sicknesses that are associated with the contaminated water are cholera, typhoid, excessive vomiting, and chronic diarrhea, which mostly come from the cholera and typhoid. The picture on the right is of people in Haiti trying to get help for their cholera and typhoid, but as you can see, they don't really have the best conditions to get help, and they don't have a lot of medical help in the country, so most people just are stuck with it. And then on the left, it's a guy holding a sign that says cholera from UN. Many of the Haitians believe that cholera came from peacekeeping troops in Nepal when they came over to help for the earthquake, and they believe that they're the ones that brought it over, and that has upset a lot of people in Haiti because they don't believe that it was a problem there before until those peacekeeping troops came over. There are several different solutions to the problem. One of the solutions that is used in most villages are water pumps. During 2010, the SBGC took regular trips to Haiti to install the Water 4 hand pump and cap more than 100 wells in and around the Port-au-Prince area, says water4.org. So on the left is an example of one of the water pumps. They basically just build a little brick wall, and then it has the spigots coming out of it, and then the pumps go all the way to a water source. So the easiest way to install those is if they install it close to a water source, but most people have to walk 3 or 4 miles to get to there, so it does take a while to build since they have to make the pipe so long. And then the picture on the right is another example of a water pump that is used, and they basically just bring their 5-gallon buckets, and they have somebody that kind of watches over and fills the buckets for everybody. A US-based charity called Water Missions International installed these water pumps along with systems in a couple of dozen other villages. 2 big tanks provide plenty of clean water for about 3,000 people. The system costs about $25,000, says Richard Knox from National Public Radio. Another thing that Water Missions International does is they teach the Haitians how to maintain the pumps, so it's not just going over there giving them the supplies and making the pump and leaving. So the Haitians can take classes from these volunteers, and then they'll do it like a test out, and they can become certified so that they will always have a reliable pump in their village. Here's a video of one of the water pumps working.
Here pumping water from one of the many wells that Goal have done. This well is actually connected to one of the schools, so the headmaster of the school has the key to the lock. He decides who gets in, what time it gets opened at. A lot of these wells are actually paid for by the community, so you would come and you would pay a small fee just to help maintain the pump, just to make sure that this community have nice, cool, clean, safe water.
Okay, and then another solution are the chlorine tablets in the pumps. So, on the left, it's called Gaiden Glow, which is Creole for Water Guardian. So, an organization called DSI, which is Deep Springs International, has been delivering water treatment systems, which essentially consist of a covered 19-liter bucket with a spigot at the bottom, and a locally manufactured chlorine solution. It is labeled Gaiden Glow, which is Creole for Water Guardian, since 2007, said Catherine Sentlinger, a writer for the Water Project. And then on the right is another, like, a bigger one that they use, and then the people can just go there with their own buckets, and then it already has the chlorine in there, and that's what cleans their water. And then they'll also bring them just little tablets to put in their water, and then they let it sit for about 30 minutes, and it cleans the water for them. And then there's no pictures on here because it's still kind of coming out. They haven't really released it yet, but they're doing a tracking system in Haiti. So according to Larry Greenemeier from Scientific American, given DSI's limited funding and personnel, more accurate tracking of which families need careful monitoring, as opposed to those that are inherently more diligent in cleaning their water, is expected to help the organization better allocate its resources. So they're basically teaming up with Nokia and getting phones, and then they put trackers in the phone and then one on these buckets, and then they can, when they go to the houses, instead of asking them the questions, they can scan, and it will tell them if they've been putting chlorine in their water, if they've been getting it from the clean wells, just to make sure that people are using it, because they said that the people that, if they don't come back and check up with them, they don't actually clean their water, and because they're just used to using the dirty and contaminated water. The water crisis in Haiti needs to be fixed because of all the problems associated with it, and there's also several solutions. We must raise awareness and fix the problem before it gets worse than it already is.